Let's go to Dick Morris, Newsmax TV Political Analyst, author of Armageddon, How Trump Can Beat Hillary. Dick, welcome back, sir. Always great to talk to you.
Yeah.
What do you make of this meeting with the Attorney General and Bill Clinton?
I want to know what she got. Her job ends in 5 months, and even a warm handshake and routine words of praise from the husband of her possible boss could mean the world to Loretta Lynch. It could mean she'd stay on as Attorney General. Could mean that Hillary would put her on the Supreme Court. And clearly this was inappropriate. Could you imagine in a criminal proceeding if the husband of the defendant met with the judge? Impossible. But, you know, there's another story that I want to call attention to. The State Department asked a U.S. District Court judge to delay their having to produce emails between 4 members of Hillary's staff, including Cheryl Mills and Armageddon, on the one hand, and the Clinton Foundation and the Teneo Corporation, which was kind of the orchestrator of this collaboration, on the other. And they said that they would not be able to release them for 27 months.
Yep.
We'll learn about it in time to judge Hillary's re-election. Now, a lot of people are focused on how outrageous it is that they won't turn that stuff over. But there's another angle that hasn't been commented on. The State Department said that there was an average of 700 emails a month that were covered by this order. Well, that comes to 25 a day. And I'm sorry, that comes to 3 or 4 a day. And that means that it was almost their full-time job coordinating these entities. What Teneo did was it was a consulting firm that paid Bill Clinton about $900,000 a year to travel the world and sell business for it. And then it became a way with Clinton where they could find clients for Bill to invite him to speak, and in effect for people who need favors from the State Department to set up this whole conspiracy that went on. And the fact that 2 or 3 emails a day went back and forth from these sources really is incredible. It indicates to me that this was a thriving, constant business. This was Hillary Clinton's day job. And she was constantly involved in monitoring which favors were being done for who and how and where and why. And I think that it's a very, very serious situation.
Yeah, you know, there's just so much out there, and it piles up so fast.
No,
that it's hard.
Not 2 or 3. It is 25 a day.
Yeah. I thought you had it right the first time.
25 a day.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Imagine if the president and his aides, top 4 aides, sent 25 emails a day back and forth to their private law firm. And the deal was that Teneo would locate a client. And the client would say, oh, I have this terrible problem that the State Department could fix. Then Teneo would get in touch with the Clinton Foundation, and Bill would get invited to give a speech, be paid a fee, and then somehow miraculously the State Department would intervene and solve his problem. That took constant communication. It took a continuous network of emails back and forth.
Well, Dick,
and those are the emails we'll receive.
How is the Clinton Foundation not under investigation?
Oh, it is. The FBI investigation includes the Clinton Foundation as well.
But I mean, does it include their status as a charity? I mean, I know it includes a nefarious goings-on between Hillary when she was at the conflict of interest, etc. But is the Clinton Foundation as a charity ever been investigated?
No, that would be a state action, and so far, no.
Yeah.
But I think that the point is that this illustrates the depth and the complexity and the intensity of the communications and the extent to which Hillary and her staff full-time job was managing this RICO of speeches for favors, for contributions among these 3 entities.
Incredible. It really is incredible. What do you make of the Rasmussen poll that shows Trump on top?
Well, when you asked me last week, Steve, about Hillary's having a lead in the polls, I said that when Trump got the Republican nomination, he was ahead of Hillary. And then when Hillary got the Democratic nomination, she got ahead of Trump. It's natural. People who were voting for Sanders say, oh, okay, I guess it's Hillary now, and they'd switch to Hillary. But now the dust is settled, the bounces are over, and Trump is assumed to lead. It's a very natural thing. When you look at the events of the last 10 days, Orlando, Istanbul, the focus on emails, the report of the Benghazi Committee, and also Trump having given two very good speeches, right. One attacking Hillary as a career criminal, and the other one talking about the importance of not approving the free trade deals Obama negotiated. So it's a logical thing. I believe this race is going to seesaw. I think it won't be a question of static numbers. Back in 1980, when Ted Kennedy ran against Jimmy Carter in the primary, people were mad at Carter for the hostage crisis and mad at Kennedy for Chappaquiddick. So when Kennedy would win a primary, everybody would say, oh, God, no, Chappaquiddick. And then the next week, Carter would win. And then they say, oh, God, no, not the hostage. The next week, Kennedy would win.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's going to happen here.
We're headed. All right, folks, I hope you picked up Armageddon, How Trump Could Beat Hillary. It's a great book, and it's zoomed to the top of Amazon in so many categories. There it is on your screen. Let's get to a couple of calls, Dick. 877-NEWSMAX, 877-639-7629. We go to Wheaton, Illinois, and say hello to Carol. Hi, Carol.
Hi, Carol.
Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
Very glad to have me on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I do have a question or a comment, I guess. I'm wondering, with this whole thing about Bill Clinton meeting with the Attorney General, it almost seemed as though it was too perfect, like it was done on purpose and then leaked out to the press.
Sure.
And it seems as though no one's picking up on that.
Yeah. No. I mean, they didn't just happen to be on the tarmac at the same time. Those schedules are published in advance. They're scrutinized closely. And I'm sure that there was a deliberate plan to have them overlap. I think we'll learn more about that.
I think, Carol, you're referring to how it was leaked out by the press. Actually, it was only one local TV affiliate station in that town that got this story. So, you know, Carol, what do you think the purpose would be for them to want to make this public?
Well, I'm wondering if the Attorney General, wants to have a reason to recuse herself, so then a special counsel might have to be appointed, or her ruling would have to
that's
do
interesting.
It,
but of course, she wouldn't have to. She wouldn't have to have a reason to recuse herself for a special counsel. She could just say, "I'm appointing a special counsel." But hey, it's a good thought. It's an interesting line of thought. Thank you for the call, Carol. Have a great 4th of July. Dick, let me ask you. This has been going on for so long already. I think it's about a year since the referral of the case and all that. When do you think the FBI will, issue something or nothing?
Well, I think their credibility is very much on the line. If they don't do it by the time of the convention, all hell will break loose, and on both sides. The Trump people will say you're delaying this, and the Clinton people will say we don't want you to issue this finding 60 days before an election. So it has to really come out very soon.
Yeah, very interesting. Dick, it's always great to talk to you, sir. Appreciate it, and have a great holiday and continued success with the book Armageddon, How Trump Can Beat Hillary.
Suggestion for your reading over the holiday.
Yes.
It's a book called Armageddon. Up at night.
All right, Dick. Dick Morris, ladies and gentlemen. Up next, I think you're going to find this interesting and unique. Lenny Dykstra. Lenny Dykstra, star with the New York Mets 30 years ago when the Mets won the World Series. Also played in the World Series with the Phillies in 1993, I believe it was. And he has had his ups and downs. We're talking steroids, a wild life. We're talking successful business, mega millionaire, and then goes to jail for all kinds of, on finance charges of all sorts. And he's, of course, been out of jail for a while. You're going to love this interview. Stay around.